Hi, and welcome to LNA Does Audio Stuff. Hey, today we're here to learn about how to overcome creative blocks when you are producing music. I have so much content on this topic, so subscribe and hit the bell icon if you want to see more. Let's go to 5 ways to overcome your creative blocks in music production. Let's go for it. Tip number 1 is planning your workflow and planning everything, literally. As humans, we love structure. We don't like someone to tell us what to do, but we want structure. We can actually give structure to ourselves by planning our time, planning our tools, and that will really help you with the fear of blank canvas. So here's a couple tips on how you can plan. I love using Google Drive as one place to plan. So I have this My Creative Workflow folder. So in here, I have Creative Workflows, Goals 2022, time blocking. So the first we're gonna go to goals. So I would like you to use some time and just think, what are your actual realistic goals? How do you picture yourself in 1 year's time? How do you picture yourself in 5 years' time? But what are the actual realistic steps for you to go there? So example, music goals. Music goals could be realistically having 2 singles out end of the year. I will like to finish 5 songs. So then you're gonna go and think, how can I make these concretely happening? So you need to actually finish some songs first. So you could put 1 song by the end of May, 1 song by the end of August, 1 song by the end of December. And then you're gonna think, how do I finish this? So example, if your goal is realistically just to finish songs, you could then go follow workflow 1, workflow 2, and so on. We're going to create step-by-step workflows, and if you just follow the step-by-step guide, you're going to then finish a song. So it's actually you giving yourself structure of figuring out how you can get these things happen. Now do the same thing with this and every single other goal you have. We have also our creative workflow. So we already talked about workflow 1. It could be 5 steps, 10 steps, 20 steps. You know, how many steps do you want to create? But personally, I've been really liking 10 steps. Not too many to make you confused, but also not too small amount to make you not finish it. So what I've done a lot in my YouTube channel is that I've created these videos where I have created house track or pop track or electropop in 10 steps. You can go and get yourself these from my website. It's £3 and you can just buy it. It even has screenshots of the drums and stuff. Workflows are plans. So obviously plans can change, but you can create example plan. Start with a melody. And it could be this simple: add drums, add bass. But if you want to make this even more working for yourself so that you can actually finish the songs as you have in your schedule, you might need to make a little bit more detail. Create a song in A minor. So it's much easier for you to figure out if you already have a harmonic plan, or you could just even have section here, rules. 3.5 minutes. Give yourself guidelines, rules, and all that, and then all this needs to be based on that. And this is why I'm showing how you can create these plans by yourself, not just following other people's, but so that you can put your dreams and your plans in action. In Ableton Live, one of the best ways you can create plans is templates. I've created a template here. It's my default live set. And here I have drums, bass, chords, and melody. So my workflow could be that first I create the drum, first bass, then chorus and melody. So then I could create the clips example here in session view. On the scenes, you have intro, verse, and chorus. On my template, I already have the sections. I can just add the clips, 2-bar clips there. After that, I can record them into arrangement view. And here I already have intro, verse, chorus. Only thing you need to do now is follow workflow 1, use template 1. You have the guidelines, just follow them up. You have a song. Is it good or is it bad? It doesn't matter in this point. If your goal is to finish 5 songs, then you have finished a song. The more songs you finish, the more good stuff you will probably make. But you need to be also learning that everything you make is not gonna be something you love. And that's okay. The more you accept this, the more good stuff will come through that. That's my tip number 1. Tip number 2 is using assistive tools, anything that will help with your creativity, especially when you're starting up. Sometimes we have the blank canvas fear and we're looking at something and we're like, how do I even start? Use something external, spark an inspiration. Couple really good tools that I absolutely love using are BandLab's SongStarter and a sampler. Let's talk about SongStarter. I wish that I would have known about this earlier, like especially when I was starting up and I got this like, oh, I don't know where to go. Check out how cool this is. There's literally bandlab.com/SongStarter. So we click the dices, generating ideas. Exciting, exciting, exciting. So we have couple ideas. I like example in this one, I like the rhythm. So we can also put it as a like mood. So we're just gonna take it to minor. And we can open it up in a studio. Open, open, open. And you can see, there it is. We have banjo, honky tonk punch. What might happen with this is that example, I like the do, 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 and I also like the drum kit. So what I can do is export these, an example to put them in Ableton Live if I want to work in Ableton Live. Obviously, we can work here in BandLab as well and just work around and see how does it work for us. We could example just go here and drums, drum kits, tom pads, and look for something else. I like the banjo here, but I don't really like the instrument, so we can go also just change it to example keys. Export region as MIDI or WAV. By example, I just like the MIDI, so I can take the MIDI. Also, I like the drums, so I'm just gonna export region as MIDI. Another tool that I really love using is my phone. So example, when I go outside and I walk around, and the fact that I can, record sounds when I'm in a train or walk or a city or, wherever I am, I have used my voice memo situation until I figured out I could use something like Sampler from BandLab. So it's just an app that you can open up, and what you can do is just literally open it up and go, hello, 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 and go, hello, hello, hello. So why this is really good is because it actually has so many ways to edit it already here. We can also connect it with other samples. BandLab has a massive amount of sample packs with different type of sounds, and you can connect them already here with those samples, so you can start creating straight away. And then you can just export all this from your phone into your DAW and start creating music. Or obviously, if you use BandLab as a DAW, then you can just, it's all connected, so you can just actually export and import and everything really fast. I think me going from voice memos to an app like this, I find that I use the samples a lot more because my voice memo is just full of files that I never go back to do anything with. I'm more likely to go back and make something out of them. We all know that being bit random and randomization is one of the best ways to overcome creative blocks because it gives us new inspiration and new direction. The links for both BandLab Sampler as well as the SongStarter is down below, so go and check them out from there. Tip number 3 is being organized. So firstly, I want to talk about time blocking. Time blocking is a thing where you go and create a time plan for yourself. And this is one of the best ways you can actually enhance your creativity. What I like usually talking about is divergent and convergent thinking. Divergent thinking is this thinking process that us humans do where we just get ideas. So when you're in a shower, when you're just walking around, or when you have an inspiration, that's divergent thinking. Because you're just letting inspiration happen and just flow in and like without any analyzing or judgment. You're just letting it happen. Where convergent thinking is where you start criticizing and analyzing what you created in your divergent thinking. What I suggest for you and for myself and everybody, make a time blocking plan where you separate convergent thinking, divergent thinking, and learning to different times. So example, here I have a sketch. I can just add easily the month, the week commencing, And then I have here Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So I can make here plans. When am I gonna do this? Especially if you're busy, if you have family, if you have a job that takes a lot, this might help you. So 5 o'clock to 6 o'clock, convergent thinking. So this means that you are just making ideas. Then on Wednesday, you go 1 hour, again, 5 till 6, you go divergent thinking. And on Friday, maybe you have 17 to 18 learning new tools. These seem like very short times, but if you repeat this every week while you're making ideas, that's divergent thinking, and you're not learning, you're not judging, you're just creating. When you are analyzing what you've done and you're like putting everything together, that's convergent thinking. You're not learning anything new, but you're just using the information you already know. Plus also learning new tools on Friday, you're not creating anything, but you just learn that then. So then you don't need to learn on other times. In Ableton Live, obviously you can be extremely organized with your browser window. So having collections, favorites, effects, mixing, mastering, using templates, all this. I just done a video on browser window and how you can actually use it and utilize it a lot more in your creative work. This one here, go and check it out, link down below. Honestly, being organized, color coding everything, making folders, all that will help you to overcome those creative blocks because you have that kind of constant structure for you, and you can trust the structure even if you don't trust yourself sometimes, if that makes sense. And then we have tip number 4, which is Ableton Live features that can help you overcome your creative blocks. So this is obviously for Ableton users, but you can also find these from other DAWs if you want. Session view, use it as a clipboard, use it as a place to just add ideas. So you think about the process and you don't think about the outcome. Because as soon as you go into arrangement view like this, where you're seeing things linearly, you start to think, oh my God, it needs to be a ready-made song.
It needs to be 3.5 minutes. It needs to be structured and wonderful.
You just need to kind of go here and just throw things in and start arranging in there first before arrangement view. This is the same thing. Are you using sampler where you just have samples? So it's like a playground for sound instead of a linear format. And that can sometimes help you a lot. Next thing we would talk about is randomization tools. So one is follow action. So let's say we go and find some really cool samples. For example, here I have these audio files of me just singing in different pitches. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring them into the session view. I'm going to activate follow action. They're all selected. And then from here, I'm going to go and put any and start playing them. And what's done, it's actually playing them in a random order right now. It's generating this really interesting melody line by itself without me doing anything. And what I can do is, example, create an audio from this track here. Then I'm going to start recording what it's automatically playing into your audio clip. Have that element of playfulness instead of getting stuck into structure and outcome, and just find enjoyment in the workflows in your creation. And I promise that really helps. We have tip number 5, plan for your inner saboteur. So what does that mean? What happens quite often when your initial ideas are down, but you need to finish the track? Often your inner saboteur comes out and plays. It stops you focusing, saying things like, this track isn't complicated enough, does not sound professional enough, it isn't right genre, people are gonna laugh at me, my best friend is not gonna like it. All these little sentences in your mind that your saboteur is coming to say, like, oh, you're not good enough. My first tip for that is to find ready-made answers you can give yourself in those moments. They're there to remind you that whatever you're thinking is not reality. This is your fear talking. You're judging your creativity and your creative output before the song is even ready yet. Stop it while you can and just finish the track. Example, if your inner saboteur often says, I can't finish this track because people are not gonna like it and I'm gonna embarrass myself. Personally, definitely being there every single time. You could answer to that like, the goal of this track is to finish the song. My goal right now is to finish this song. So even if people wouldn't not like this, I can be proud that I finished it. It doesn't need to be the #1 selling song. I need to be proud that I have finished it. So if I publish this song, it's my tomorrow me's problem. When you have insecurity about publishing, you can make another Q&A thing for yourself. You know, I should publish it because now it's finished. I'm happy with it. Why should I matter if other people like it or not? I love it. Or your answer could be, let's be kinder to ourselves here. This is pretty cool track in the time I have been able to create it for. So just like trusting the process, being kind to yourself, you can write yourself those answers and remind yourself of that. Second tip for this is save a copy of the session. So you can do this in Ableton Live and then you just get crazy with it. If you feel like you're stuck, you just be brutal, copying and pasting and deleting, and you're just having fun. You still have the copy of the song there in Ableton Live, but you can just go and like mess it up on purpose. You know, your inner saboteurs is saying, you cannot do this. And you're like, I'll show you. You're almost like fighting against yourself, being like, I will show you, I will have fun with this, I will make this something very cool. So keep moving, keep creating, keep giving yourself answers. If you feel stuck, the last thing you want to do is just wallow in it and feel like,
oh no, fear.
Find a way to either physically do something or find yourself answers that you can look for direction. I have a lot of content on this topic. I have pre-made workflows, I have plans, I have so much content on this kind of subject. So here's a playlist, go and check it out and just get creating, just create. I also want to thank you all my Patreons because they're so lovely. Here are my Patreon family. They are so great. I love them and they are always there for supporting me and I want to support them, and we give feedback. We have Discord, we have monthly deep dive masterclass things, we have weekly live streams, we have so much fun in there. So check that out also from the link down below if you want to join us. Subscribe, hit the bell icon. Have a wonderful creative time.